Hello and welcome back to American Farming. Right, we are just arriving at the shop with a few bits of kit in tow. I will show you what they are in just a moment, but I think you may know. Basically, we are here with the sprayer and the food mixer so that we can upgrade the pair of items. Now, I know that the shop is in here somewhere. Oh, beautiful, it's right there, and the trigger is... It'll be nearby. There we go, right there. Okay, so let's drive that in. We'll just take the whole lot in. So basically, we're going to get these two bits of kit sold, and if you saw the last episode of American Farming, you'll know why. So, for the sprayer, I have found a self-propelled John Deere sprayer that I forgot that I added to this series, and it is cheaper than this one, so we're going to buy that. And it's self-propelled, which is incredible. And the mixer is way too small, so we are going to sell that as well. And I have my eyes on the one that we're going to use in replacement. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll get this, yeah, we'll get it repaired, sure. Let's get it repainted, sure. We'll get it sold, yes please. Then we'll get the mixer repainted as well. Get a bit of extra cash. So we did just buy that, so it is a bit of a shame that it's got to go immediately, but it's just too small. It's way too small, especially with the area that we have for feeding, or for mixing rather, because I have sort of made it a bit of a funny area. It's a bit tight with the gate, but that's not really a problem. It's more the actual feeding itself, because although the cows are eating, they do have food, they don't have as much as they should, really. So basically what we're going to do, now I might need to, once we buy this, I might need to borrow a tractor here at the shop to get it loaded on, but we won't worry about that till we buy it. So the first thing we want to buy is the food mixer. We're not in any major rush for the self-propelled sprayer. I'll show you what it is though. So it's this one here. It's only 25,000, and we will have all these different things we can change and that, and it still won't be all that expensive, still be much cheaper than anything else. And yeah, it just looks different. It's cool, it's different. So we will buy that when the time comes. As you can see, all the other self-propelled ones are very expensive, so we won't be buying any of those. We really don't have that much money. And I know I was talking about buying a new field, or looking at a new field. They are extremely expensive, so we will be waiting to do that, or pull a loan. I haven't decided. Anyways, we do have a few options of base game kit for mixers, including the Silo King and the Fertilizing, and I was asking about you know, recommendations essentially for mixers, and so I appreciate all the feedback, and I've done a bit of research myself and found. So we do have this Silo King pack here. This one is 60,000 for 22, whereas this one is 22, but it's 45. So, but the thing is, with this one we can actually upgrade it to be even bigger, so 30,000 liters, but it is 76, so it's more than I want to pay for it. And then these ones are smaller, of course. Now this one was pretty cool, but again, it is 30,000, but it's 93,000 pounds, so it's very expensive. But I completely forgot about the Anderson kit. I think this was a DLC kit for FS19, but it's a mod in FS22. So this is the one we're going to get. Might as well put a plate on. Sure, go on then. Never know when we'll be on the road with it, but yeah, this is perfect. Nearly 30,000 liters, sorry, and yeah, cheaper than all the other options. And I think this is an American brand. I'm not too fussed about it. I don't know too much about the you know, the farm branding and all that, but this one just fits for what we need, so I am going to buy it. And I think the Field Boss should be able to contend with this. So there we have it. What a bit of kit. So luckily that is going to fit on the trailer, so we will get that sorted and put on there. But yeah, the Smart Mix A950, and I like how we can go either side. It can dump out either side, which is really handy. And yeah, so we do still have that big pile of hay at the farm, so we'll get that loaded on, we'll head back to the farm, and then we can make a mix. Alright, here we are back at the farm. Right, so yeah, I think we'll line this up here so that we can load that pile of hay in. We did, so the reason that it's there in the first place, I will remind anyone who did not happen to see the last episode, oh, hello. Oh, there we go. The reason that that is there is because I made too much of a mix to the point where there was too much and it was forage and not TMR, so I had to dump some out. But that's not a problem because we will be able to scoop that in and still use it. But when you do dump out, regardless of what is in the mixer, how much of whatever, it always seems to come out as hay. So, for example, if it is forage, it's not going to dump out forage, it's going to dump out hay, which in a way is kind of good. Thinking now, we probably could have dumped it straight into the bloody silo there to get silage, but yeah, it should be alright. And this should also be alright for running this machine. The Field Boss is actually a quite a powerful little tractor. Oh right, it is a medium tractor. 170, and we require 180. It's not driving anywhere really. It just needs to be yeah, it should be absolutely fine. So I'm just going to put this here like that, and we might as well. Oh right, oh wow, we are all out of grass, but we are also full of silage. Look at that, 103,000 litres, just like that. Now, based off your comments, and I know in a realistic way, it doesn't really make sense to have to use the grass round the outside of the field, from what I've been told. And it makes sense because there's weeds in there and things you don't necessarily want to feed to your animals, but in this case it was the best option for us. But as I've said, I do plan on probably going to use a bit more of that grass, especially the grass over on the far side there by our other shed, because it's just big and open area really. So we'll see. I might do either way. I do plan on turning part of that field of our field into a clover patch, if you will, because I would like to be able to get some hay made as well. Now, oh my, this is the hay going in, so we really want to see how. So this holds 28,000 litres, so I will have to do my calculations and figure out exactly how much of each we need. Right now, we do have more silage than we have hay, so we're probably going to use more silage than hay, and then eventually I'd like to have more hay, just because it is worth more. But I have no intention, I suppose, since we're not selling it, I'm not making hay or silage to sell, so I suppose it doesn't matter how much we use of each, because we will get them the same. I find silage is easier to make, so if I'd almost want to use more silage just for that reason alone. The fact that we can, yeah, make it much easier just by collecting bales, and then we don't have to ted. It's basically one less step. So right, so this here will probably end up being about a bale's worth of hay by the time we're done. So maybe about 5,500 litres, maybe not quite, maybe 5,000. We'll see here in a moment. We just want to get it all cleaned up though, and then we can make a nice big mix for the cows. I will use the bales that are in the shed first before we use the silage from the silo here, just because, yeah, I want that shed to be for straw and hay only, but I do have silage bales in there because, yeah, we did start with a few silage bales. Uh-oh, is that not going to be able to? Okay, good. Right, so was that 4 buckets? Now this is the 5th, I think. Alright, there we go. So we've got another 315 litres of hay. We'll get that loaded in here. And it's like the perfect height as well to load in there, so that's good. Let's go over here and see. So we've got 4,313 litres of hay, which is great. Now, we're going to put... Luckily we have more room to work as well with this mixer. We don't have to fret as much when it comes to putting things in. With an 8,000 litre mixer, you really have to be careful, especially when your bales are more than half that capacity. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get this sorted. I might even put this whole setup here. How much is that? Oh, yeah. And then how much silage? Oh, yeah. Beauty. Right, so let's get both of these loaded in there. Gonna see if I can get that silage in there first. There we go. Fling it in. As you do, of course. Of course. Get that in there as well. Beautiful. Alright, now where are we at? We have TMR. Of course we would. We are going to pad it out a bit with some straw. I'm going to make a full mix though. So what I'm going to do is I will... Right, I'm going to bring this over to... Right, we'll see how this performs actually. Like drives. It drives fine. I think when we're unloading, it'll probably not drive, which is fine as well. But yeah, we are just going to reverse over here. Now I haven't... Oh, right. Before I forget, I'm going to look and see, can I remove and relocate this gate? Actually, we don't even need the bloody gate. Oof, this zoom in camera is mental. I don't know if we're going to be able to. See, I can remove the post there, or the fence rather, but not... See, anything that highlights means that we can get rid of it. So like that's highlighted blue, but even this other stuff we can't. I do have a pressure washer over here. It should highlight blue. Oh, maybe not. Red? Weird. Well, I don't know. I can't remove the gate, it would seem. So again, that's probably something I could do in GE, but I'd have to figure that out. So I'm really not too fussed on it. We just have to be careful of how we're doing this, that's all. I think this is fine, especially with the bigger mixer as well. So what I'll do is I will get this started and we'll get this loaded up in a nice little time lapse. Alright, here we are. So it is full up. I'm hoping I can feed it on this side. I must have to feed it on that side. I can't quite remember. But, nope, we are good. Yeah, because they eat it on that side, so I'd much rather feed it on this side. But there we go. So that really wasn't all that bad. And we managed to get a really nice mix. So 25% is pretty much the maximum that you want to put for straw, which makes it easy to figure out, because if the maximum's 28, so it's 8,000, so it's a bale, pretty much one bale of straw, and then yeah, we can figure out the rest later on. Oh, what's going on there? There's a hay bale in there. Don't know how that's happened, but anyways, the Field Boss is the perfect tractor for this still, even though it is underpowered for the mixer. But look at that, now we have... Oh, look, and the hay is automatically be taken in as well, sort of. Yeah, let's just hop in there and see if we can help it along. There we go. Brilliant. So that should all disappear. And once it does, then... See, if that was the other mixer, it would be way too much hay. Way too much hay, but that is perfect. So 25% for... straw is the best, so that's about 8,000 litres, so that works out really nicely. We are running low on straw now, so there's a small chance we'll have to buy some before harvest, but I also want to just see how the cows are doing for food now that they've got that. Very little, hardly anything. They had 1,000 litres in there, and now they've got 28,000 more, so they really had very little in there at all. Look at that though, 30,000 litres of slurry already. That is pretty impressive. Oh my goodness. Right, well, right, of course there's going to be nothing to sell at this time. This is the only problem with having one field. Now, okay, let's look at this before we move on to the next thing. We've got two small fields nearby, so field 40 down here is still 366,000. It's also not the most profitable field, but then 32 is quite small, very nice expected yield, and only 157,000. So that could be a field that we could pull a loan for. I'd be absolutely chuffed to do that. How ready are we for it? It is coming along. That is what? Sorry, that was canola. That'd be a nice little cash injection crop. It's not a very big field. It is down the way a bit, but let's have a look then. Yeah, canola will harvest the same time as our rye, so that's fine. But if we were to get that field, we should probably get it sooner than later, because we have to do things to it. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to have a look at everything and see what we actually need to do for our field, because this one's ready to go. We're just waiting. Having another field, it would be nice to harvest something though. Nothing is ready to harvest, is it? Right, I guess I don't know for certain if that... Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, nothing is ready yet. Yeah, and all the other fields are, I think, too far away. I think 32 is the max farthest away. This is part of that field. This one, though, 306. It's not too bad, but it does look, again, part of this farm. So 32 could actually be a really nice area for grass. Actually, you know what? Okay, we're going to drive down there and have a look at the field. So I'll hop in the pickup here, and we'll see you at that field. Right, here we are. So it is actually really close, and we can get to the field without having to worry about any sort of ditch or anything. We can come straight off the main road here, which is quite nice. And loads of grass around the outside here, so if we really are desperate for hay, we can get sort of a sort of a rubbish hay. That would be a really cool feature of the next FS, is like grass like this, like field grass, or, you know, random grass, if it were to yield less. Maybe it already does, I don't know. Anyways, so we've got canola coming in. We can work in the field, which is nice, so we don't have to fret any sort of I think I'm going to do that, because really unfortunately we don't really have much else to do. We could do contracts, but I'd rather work in our own fields, and this isn't a small field. It's not massive. But here, let's have a cheeky peek. Oh, right, where are we going? Oh yeah, that's really nice. So the entrance is over there. It kind of makes it feel like it could belong to this farm. That field over there does look more like it belongs to that farm, so I wouldn't want to buy that one. And then all the other ones are just absolutely massive. So I think something like this, if we were to harvest the canola, make some cash off of it, and then re-drill it as a clover crop or even grass, would be really, really lovely. So I think that's what we might do. So let's just fly back down to earth here. But the thing is, we will have to pull a loan for it, and I don't want to pull the full loan because we're going to need to purchase other things, of course. We can have a look in the sales, but it will be the same kit as before. Yes, that's fine. We also want to ensure that we do buy this as well. So let's save just for extras. We'll save, actually, I don't know, let's see. We don't really need an engine upgrade. The tires are fine. GPS, well, that's fine. Which decal? I see it there. Oh, that's cheeky, that. No, we don't really want that. Extra screen, well, it's free, so yeah. Fenders are free as well. Oh no, so yes, they are free, so that's good. We'll probably keep narrows even if we don't need them. The width would be nice to increase. Oh wow, okay, for £1,000. We don't need that. See and spray would be nice. Oh, it's only for, oh right, I did check that. Yeah, we'll probably get that for 5,000, probably, yeah. So we need 31,000 for that. We've got 87. We are good for cash in that regard. I think we should buy this field. What did I say it was? 150, 160. Let's call it 160 and pull a loan for 150. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go into the money. We don't have a loan, do we? No, we don't. So we will borrow up to 150,000. Beautiful. So let's go ahead now and buy. I know it's not the total amount of the field, but let's go ahead and buy it for 157,392. Nice. We have a new field, as promised. I did say we were going to get a new field. Oh right, of course there's not going to be. We also need to purchase our field soil information. So let's do that for a mere 875,000. It is loamy, which means it's very good, but we still have terrible nitrogen and pH values. So we are going to come in here with the spreader, and then for nitrogen we'll probably use the sprayer. So that's when we can buy our new self-propelled sprayer. So we'll head back over to the farm. We'll hop into the Challenger, connect to the spreader for lime, and we'll get some lime spread on our new field. Alright, here we are at the corner of County Road 30 and County Road 45. Very, very straightforward. Okay, let's get the beacons off now that we are here. I suppose it would make sense to do a bit of a headland at the top here so we don't end up in that ditch. Right, I'm seeing a bit of flickering, and that is definitely to do with the shader. So let's get that rectified right now. I think that's going to do it. Okay, let's start and see. So I'm hoping that we can make this lime last. Oh, bloody Nora, it's going so quick. We do have some at the farm, so worst case we just have to go back there with the and put it on the back of the pickup or something, bring it down. And then we can, yeah, keep on liming. But we might be able to do it all in one, which would be brill. Really, really brilliant. So we'll see how it goes here. But right, so this is the first week without Land of Italy. So Land of Italy week, the whole week, last week, did actually conclude the series. So if you were watching that, Land of Italy, we had 7 episodes last week, and I managed to complete the series, which was my goal for Land of Italy week, so that we could sort of focus on wrapping up various series on the channel. Of course, with the announcement and the release, we've got some new gameplay footage and all this for FS25. It looks amazing, by the way, so I highly recommend, if you haven't, have a cheeky peek at my my gameplay video that I posted last week. And then there was also the cinematic trailer the week before that, so that's very, very cool. Very excited about that. But anyways, as far as series go, the somewhat sort of unofficial, it's a very official schedule of American Farming Tuesday, Deutschland on Wednesday, and then Thursday is going to be Vintage Farming, which I know is different than what everyone's used to, because Vintage has always been on Saturday, but it is going to be on Thursday and Saturday now, because again we are working on the plan is to narrow down the series, and the reason I want to do Vintage on those days 2 days a week and Survival Challenge on 2 days a week is because those for me are the 2 series that I am the most keen on ensuring their completion of a natural sort, meaning I want them to be finished before, like, in a natural conclusion. Like Land of Italy did conclude naturally. This series I'm very excited about how it's giving me an opportunity to try out new kit, new American kit, bigger scale, which is a lot of fun. But if it has to end somewhat abruptly, it's not the worst thing in the world. Whereas Vintage, I've put a lot of time into that series. I really, really like that Vintage series of mine. Vintage Farming is probably my personal favorite that I've been doing for a long time, and I really want to see it out in a natural way, especially since we've just started up on a new map. I know we have just started on a new map here as well, but yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. So anyways, right, we've got, just to confirm all that, Tuesday is going to be American Farming today, right now, as you're, maybe not as I've posted it, maybe not when you're watching it, but yeah, we've got that, and then we've also got Deutschland, which is going to be on Wednesday, sorry. So I've just reset the schedule, so I'm just getting it sorted in my head. So we've got that, and so I love the Deutschland map, absolutely gorgeous, and having it as sort of like playing a bit more realistic. I am keeping it 1 day a week for now, As the other series conclude, maybe we can have them more series, or more episodes rather, but we'll play it out by ear, really. And then, as I say, the Thursday is going to be vintage, Friday is going to be survival, Saturday vintage, Sunday survival. So, as I say, vintage twice a week, survival twice a week as well. And I did put a bit of a cheeky sort of a question and vote in my Discord server last week about whether to space them out or not. And yeah, the majority was to space out the episodes, to not have like vintage, survival, but have vintage, survival, so kind of balance it out, which I think is a good idea. And yeah, it is the way it is. So that schedule is set. Any changes that come up, I will always post them on my community page or in the Discord as well, and you can always follow along that way. So there we go, boom, done. We're absolutely simple job that. I was able to ramble through the whole bloody thing. The next job we're going to do is head back down to the shop, because we have to buy our new self-propelled sprayer. So we'll see you down at the shop. Alright, here we are in our shop menu with the John Deere 4700 self-propelled sprayer. So let's look at all the configurations we can do. Right, front weights we don't really need. We're not... well, yeah, nah, it should be fine. We can always upgrade that if we need. Engine as well is fine. Wheel branding... we'll just stick with the Michelin, I suppose. Narrows are fine. The widers are kind of neat, but oh, real deal. Oh, we can. That's free as well, which is nice. But no, let's just keep it simple. What have we got here? Floaters. Oh, I like that though. I like that a lot. Right, I'm gonna opt for floaters to start because we don't need narrows just yet. We are on top of everything before needing it, so that's good. And I really like the look of that. It looks really good. Front load. Oh, I see. Nah, that's right. GPS, we don't need GPS. We don't have the mod for it or anything. The decal we don't need. Extra screen, yeah, go on. Fenders, let's do... they look a bit funny with the... No, that's fine. They look good. Yeah, that's good. We'll switch that up to the 100 foot. Because why not? It literally adds so much. Well, 20 feet. That's a lot of feet. Many feet. We don't need that. The See and Spray would be good to have for weeds. We haven't had any weeds yet, but we will when we direct drill. So we will eventually need that, and it's only £5,000 anyways, or 5,000 euros or dollars, whatever. The arms can be green, and the tank, ooh, silver. Do I like the yellow better? Yeah, it's a bit more John Deere. That's fine. You know, a funny thing about John Deere, I feel like it's the most popular brand, but also the most hated brand at the same time. It's kind of a funny dichotomy, John Deere is. Anyways, right, there we go. £31,000 for this. Really good deal, if I do say so myself. And there it is. Wow. So it's essentially the 4700 series tractor just raised up and completely modified. Very American. Okay, let's hop in. Look at that. Got your ladder in. Hop in there. Fire it up. Sounds good. Yeah. Ah, wicked. Very pleased I opted for the second screen. I don't know if it'll show anything or not, but yeah, it's nice. I think when you turn it on, it'll show... Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like the loading screens on those. Right, okay, let us make our way. I think we've got beacons on, or we don't. Okay, we'll have to drive very careful. Anyways, we are... Oh wow, we can do 50 kph. That's pretty rapid for this. I was not expecting, but I suppose it's the same gearbox as the tractor itself. So brilliant. Okay, well we'll head down back to the farm. Actually, what we'll do is we'll head to the farm. We do have to... Oh. Hang on a minute, let me just stop here for a second. I need to double check that we have fertilizer. I know we do have... Okay, we do have one of these, but how full is it? Right, we really do need to check. That was on my to-do list before. I emptied out... Where did I put it? Oh, right, I put it with the other... The decor IBCs. We have 1,371. Right, I think what we're going to have to do, just to ensure that we've got all we need, is to buy... Oh, can we beat the train? Oh, no, we can't. Can we... Bloody Nora. Right, I'm going to pick up another IBC of liquid fertilizer. Sorry, we'll get it loaded in. This does hold 5,000 litres, so that plus what we have at the farm would still be under that. So, yeah, we'll get another IBC of liquid fert, put it in. We'll head to the farm, get the rest, and then we'll see you at the new field. Alright, here we are. So I might as well head over to the far side. I did want to take the proper entrance to the field at least one time, because I doubt I'll do it other times. Anyways, let's get this opened up, this 100-foot boom, and see just what kind of width we're going to get here. Is really quite something. Oh my goodness. I love those flotation tires though, the floaters, they look really, really, really good. Wow. Well, this will be very useful for our big field, that's for certain. This one will get it done in one bloody pass. I didn't go back to the farm for the rest of the liquid fertilizer, because we have some, so we don't need it, but... let's see, so we just turn it on then? Brilliant. Let's get it started. Wow, that is a width. It looks a bit funny, being so high up. Possibly we can... No, we can't. That's fine. At least we are getting it done. Yeah, it does look a bit funny being so high up like that, but it does work, and nice width as well. Very, very fast. Look at this. We're doing 30. We're working speed of 30 kph. That is mental. It'd be quicker than the bloody lime to get done. And I think we can reduce the width as well, so when we do the far side, although with fertilizer we don't have to worry about that as much, because it shouldn't, with precision farming, it shouldn't take more than it actually needs. So that is something to consider. Ooh, that's a big old twist. So yeah, if we go like that, you see, it does it anyways. That is brilliant. Oh, I'm so pleased about that. It is so nice when little things like that really work out. Blimey, that's nice. Yeah, look at that, automatic. We got the C in spot, and it's working without weeds. I thought it only did weeds, but it is working. I don't know, is that precision farm? Either way, that's brilliant. I don't know the reason, and I'm not too fussed on why. Just that it is nice. And I was going to do a time lapse, but we don't need to, because it's bloody done in seconds. I will even go back to the other side there. There's a few bits and bobs of orange that we can rectify, but it should only do, yeah, that small section. And we've got 3 little patches left, 2 and 1, and done. Look at that. Right, we'll get this folded back up, and there we go. I'm really, really, really pleased, not just about... You can hear all the hydraulics and that. Very pleased, not just about the new kit, but the fact that we have a new field and a new mixer. It's just been a good American farming episode. Really pleased about all the different things. Still, oh, it's on still. That's my fault. There we go. Engine's off. I was wondering why it was screaming at me, but it's done now. That is brilliant. Nice bit of kit, this. Highly recommend. Yeah, and as far as American farming goes, I think the series will play out as naturally as possible. You know, even if it is only another 15, 10, who knows? I don't know. I can't say for certain. Either way, I think that the way the schedule is now, and the episodes that we have, and the series that we have, things are going to line up beautifully for the arrival of FS25, which is on everyone's horizon, especially with the new gameplay videos that were released from FarmCon. You can't, anyone who is chatting rubbish before certainly have been silenced by the impressive gameplay footage that we saw. If not, well, so be it. Doesn't matter. I'm excited for it, and I know many of my viewers are. So happy days indeed. Right, I think that does us for this episode. I will have a quick check on the cows to see how much food they've consumed in the last, what was it, 4 or 5 in-game hours. Okay, so just over, well, about 1,500, yeah, about 1,700 litres, bloody Nora. They're definitely going to need another mix, so we'll probably get that sorted in the next episode. We are running low on straw, so we're going to have to buy some before we harvest, because harvest is still 1, 2, 3 months away for the rye and for the canola, really, but I don't, maybe we'll get straw from the canola. If it's regular straw, that is brilliant. Yeah, I can't think of what other kind of straw it would be. It wouldn't be legume straw, so yeah. Another field of straw, and then as I say, we will put in some clover, which we can put in immediately after. And then for the other field, when we harvest the... where is it? Blimey, rye. Right, so that will harvest in July as well, possibly August. In that time, we could put in linseed. We can put in anything. My concern was that we were going to need to use that one field, our big field here, for silage, hay, cash crops, all of that, grain, but now we can just focus on one major crop. So maybe linseed would be really nice in that field. And then 32 can be exclusively, once we harvest the canola, exclusively for making silage, making hay, basically cow food. If we could even do a year of what do you call it, corn silage, maize silage, whole crop silage even, but probably going to focus on doing mostly grass or clover for their food. Right, that does end this episode for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have done, cheeky thumbs up really does help out the channel, and if you're new, please subscribe. So until the next one, please do take care, and bye for now.